Hi guys, I am so excited today to have with me a guest, my friend Jodylynn. She is from the channel Aging Naturally with Jodylynn. So say hello.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much
Oh, I'm
for
just
doing
thrilled
this.
today. We've started to get to know each other all through YouTube, and
Yes.
it's just been so exciting for this to happen. And you and I have gone down many a rabbit hole of late talking about pro-aging. And in fact, your name says it all. And it's one of the reasons I love watching your content. We're gals of a certain age, and we're trying to do things as naturally as we can, but lots of tinkering along the way. So maybe tell me and my viewers a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how you ended up on YouTube.
Thank you so much, and I'm so happy to be here, Marianne. I absolutely love your channel.
Oh,
And it's just been so wonderful also getting to know you. So I feel like there's just this great energy and connection, and you and I can talk about skincare
100%.
forever, and I love that. So, yeah, I did not start my skincare journey kind of like you until much later, but I think I was actually later than even you. I didn't start it till about 47 years of age. I did clean my skin and I did wear moisturizer. That was it. I remember
It's a good start.
trying, serums. Yeah, it was a good start, but no SPF or no nothing. So I did try like serums and stuff, but nothing seemed to work. But then again, I wasn't consistent. I wasn't using them all the time. I knew nothing about how to use anything and didn't really look into it. And then I really noticed my skin going downhill. I mean, I was getting the sagging and I've got these lines and it was just really,
Yeah. I
I
saw some
was
of your before
not
photos. Yeah.
I was like, what is happening right now? And that's how it happens, right? Like you
Gravity.
just kind of, it's just where you wake up going, holy cow. So, yeah. So, and
Yeah.
like you, I didn't want to do, Botox fillers, plastic surgery, or any of that. I really wanted to see what I could do. Did a ton of research, and I started, yeah, doing
Just
skincare,
doing little bits
SPF,
at a
and then I
time.
started, yeah, and being patient. And I did not see. I mean, I saw change, and I was so happy. I was starting to see some in retinol, but it really took me. But what really took it to the next level with me, with how much my skin was sagging, was beauty devices. And so I
Yeah.
went down this whole rabbit hole of beauty devices, and I became obsessed. And I started really kind of journaling, my journey on YouTube, and I thought, let's just see what we can do. I felt like there was a lot of other channels out there that were using beauty devices to maintain the results in between, professional treatments.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I want to know what you can just do with just that and what we can do.
In your
So, and
home.
no judgment. Yeah, no judgment for those that get Botox of it. Like, I totally get it. Like, so, but it just, I really wanted to see if we could steer clear from that. So, and that's when I saw major changes. So I do a lot of beauty device reviews and skincare, but I do a
I
lot.
know.
I have
I
tried
watch them all.
probably, thank you. I have probably tried all types of technology that you can use at home, that's on the market right now. So, yeah, I'm a huge beauty device junkie, and they do work.
See some of your earlier photos versus where
Yeah,
you are now. I mean,
yeah,
it goes to show the power of these technologies and how synergistically they can all work together. And it's funny
yeah,
because a lot of these different modalities are all doing the same thing, but they're doing it in different ways. It's all about building
yeah.
collagen and sort of, pumping up the skin, and they're all just doing it in different ways. So what I wanted to do for today's video is talk about what are those five must-haves. There are so many things that contribute to it, some that are obvious and some that aren't. And I think that I really would love to hear what your top five are. I don't know about you, but I had a hard time putting this to five. And part of that is because I think some things on this list for both of us are going to be does, like we know we should be doing it. So
Yeah.
I may have had an extra
But
one
they're
or two at
so
the bottom.
important.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%, 100%. So just in case I had a few extras, we may get to them, we may not. But what I
yeah,
figured we'd do, and viewers, we haven't seen each other's lists, so this is going to be fun. There may be things in
uh-huh.
common and there may not be. So I may be basically adopting some new things after this video that
Oh,
I
and
get
me
from
too.
Jodylynn. We'll see. So why don't we just kick off onto the top five and maybe just go back and forth.
Okay.
Now, Jodylynn and I have talked about this previously, that both of us for number one, which to me is very obvious. Well, for me, it's number one, is sunscreen. And as
Yeah,
basic as it sounds, protecting your skin, the thing that ages us the most are UV rays, 100%.
yeah.
And if you aren't protecting your skin, then you're screwed. Now, we are products of the 70s. We didn't have SPF when we were kids. I grew up in Florida. I ran around the beach with nothing on my skin, and that really came back to haunt me in my 30s and 40s. And there's a lot of damage that I've been reversing. You're the same.
Yes.
So
And it
to me, it's
can
a
be
no-brainer.
reversed. It can be reversed. It
Yes.
takes time, but it
And,
can
and,
be
and I've
reversed.
reversed a lot of that damage, as I believe you have too. So for me, my number one is sunscreen. I wear it SPF 50 every single day. Doesn't matter, rain, shine, hail,
Yep,
sleet, snow. Because the one thing I
exactly.
did learn is that while UVB rays, the burn rays may not be getting you when it's crappy weather outside,
Hmm.
the UVA rays, the aging rays are. And
Yep.
one of the things I say to people is if your plants are still alive in a room year round, the UVA rays are getting in.
Yeah,
So
that's a
even when I'm
great. I like that.
yeah, your
That's
plants would
great.
be
Yeah.
dead if it wasn't getting sunlight, right? So even in this room where I sit, I have a skylight and I will not sit here without SPF on,
Hmm.
ever, even if I don't leave
Yep,
the
I'm the
house.
same way.
So that's for me is number one. Would
It's
that be yours?
definitely number one for me as well. And the reason, well, really quickly, the reason that it's number one is that if you're not doing that, then everything else honestly is not working. I suggest don't use any beauty devices. They're not going to work the same because SPF is protecting you from sun damage, and that UVA rays is damaging your DNA and you're losing that collagen. So it's just decreasing your collagen, and all of these beauty devices and retinols are increasing. So you're just doing this and you're not getting anywhere.
It's a waste of your
So
time and your money.
that's yeah, it's
Yeah.
a waste of your time and money. So it's the number one thing, and yeah, so that's
Okay.
why I've got it on the top of my list.
Me too. So we are completely aligned with that. Okay. So that's item number one.
100%.
Okay, so far we're one for one. Okay, the
Uh-huh.
next on my list, and for me, I wouldn't say these are actually in any particular order. They're just things that I use regularly and things that I just won't be without. The second one is sort of an indirect way. Is talking about my pillow. I have a particular
Oh,
pillow that I use.
yes.
Yes, I do. I have a pillow by Sleep and Glow. Now, for me, sleep is really vital. And I
Hmm.
have discovered if I don't get sleep, it just permeates every aspect of my life. And Gary will tell you, who's usually behind the camera, I am grumpy, I am mean, I am awful. And it impacts my skin, it impacts
Hmm.
my state of mind, it impacts the way I treat people. So sleep is at the top of my list. And I get a solid, say, 7 to 8 hours every single night. But for me, a lot of that is the way that I do it. So we're talking about pro aging, just general health. I think it's really important. But for me, I discovered back sleeping
Hmm.
changed everything. I got rid of
Yep.
all of my wrinkles in my chest. I've been doing it for about 2 years now. It's not easy to do, but once you get it, all of the wrinkles in my chest were gone. Poof, overnight. Well, not overnight, it took a little while, but they are gone now.
Yeah.
And I have a particular pillow by a company called Sleep and Glow. I don't know if you know them. You do know
I
them.
do, and actually, I think I just got that. No, I think I got the
This
different. This. Which
okay,
one do you have?
this well, I have both actually. I started last year with
Oh,
the Omnia, and that might be the one you
that's the
have
one I
on.
have.
And that's
I'll
designed
talk about it
specifically for side
too. Yeah.
sleepers. Okay. But this one
Yes.
is specifically for back sleepers. So when you sleep, it kind of holds you in place. So if you start
It's
to, it's like, I
it's
wish I could take
brilliant.
this on the plane. It just keeps your head there. It,
It's
I
brilliant.
cannot tell you how much I love this device.
Hmm.
And I haven't started traveling yet, which I will be this summer, going back to the States and stuff. I need to figure out how to take it with me because
Yes.
it's that good. I sleep so
Yes.
soundly. It keeps me in the position that I want to be in, and I get my Z's, and my Z's are very
Yeah.
important. So that's my number.
It's so funny that because my number two is the whole holistic approach, which is because I think it's so underrated, but it's so
You're
important as
right.
well.
You're right.
Like getting the sleep, which you were talking about, like it shows up on my face immediately if I don't have enough sleep. Like it's
Yeah,
there, and I'm like, oh my
you
god,
can
what
see
just
it.
happened right now?
Yeah,
And
I'm
your
puffy
skin,
and oh,
yeah,
yeah,
and just hydration, what it is that you're eating, also alcohol, which yes, I love my red wine, but
yeah,
I all things in moderation, right? But I noticed like just a couple,
yeah.
too many drinks, and it's like, oh. So if you were
Oh
to
yeah,
do these things like all the time, like what that would do to your skin would just be like, holy cow. But I am
you're right.
really jealous that you can sleep on your back. And I bought a pillow that was wonderful for sleeping on the back, but I just because I've tried and I just feel so much more comfortable with sleeping on my side.
Yeah, and most people
I
do,
wish
and
I
I did
was jealous
too.
because I know this and everything, but I did get the Sleep and Glow. They reached out to me, and so I do have the side, which
Great.
I'm just been trying out for a couple, just for the past few days so far. So I'm going to continue, but so far I'm really liking it. I love it because it's got that kind of like
The
hole,
curve,
like
like yeah,
your
it's a hole,
the
so you're not
curve. So
squashing
this
your
is
face
not
into it.
getting smashed.
Yep.
So I really like that, and the way that it kind of lifts your neck up too, so that this part isn't
It's
so
supported.
much like this. It's supported, and it's so far I'm loving it. I'm sleeping great, and that's really important to me. Like you,
You
I
need
got to
to
get
sleep.
enough sleep.
On an aside to that, I did discover looking at their site that they have this thing called a bra pillow. It's like literally this triangle that you wear right
Oh,
inside that keeps it kind of lifted so that it doesn't do that.
yes, I saw that. That looked very interesting, and I might
Yeah,
need to look into that.
something to think about. And if you want, if
Yeah.
you're interested in technique, I do have a video I can share with you about because it took me a while to do certain things to get me able to sleep on my back. But anyway, we can have that
Okay.
conversation another time.
Yeah, well, we can do that. Yeah, yeah, that
It
sounds
took a
great. I
while.
might
It
need
took a
that.
while. So I want to go back to what you just said, and I'm kind of wishing I'd put it on my list and I didn't. That holistic approach, right? You
Hmm.
need to stay hydrated. We need to eat well. What you put in our bodies is reflective outside of our bodies. Exercise, like all the things that
Yep.
we know we should be doing. I call those the duh things. And I didn't put them
Yeah.
on the list and I should have. I see SPF as being a duh thing as well, by the way.
Hmm.
And I do watch what I eat. I probably like wine a lot more than you do. And
I
I
don't
can see
know.
that on
I
my
really
face.
like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I figure I'm of an age. It's all about moderation. I try to eat well and
But
I try to
yeah, me
hydrate and
too.
sleep well and those things.
Your skin does not lie. It shows up on your
No.
face.
And you know what?
Tension,
Makeup
worry.
can't cover that out, any of that. Yep,
No,
100%.
no. And
Nope.
it's tension, stress,
Yep.
that shows up on the face too. I mean, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying like there are definitely times. I mean, we go through some horrible,
Yeah.
there's horrible things that happen. So it's not like, you can get rid of everything by any means, but just trying to have those things in place to help with whatever you can.
Help us do the best we
Yeah.
can. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all
All
we
right.
can do.
So what's next? What's on your list?
All right, so the next thing is an absolute must is retinol. So getting on some type of retinoid, I am, and I know that you are too, on high dose of tretinoin. I think
I
that
will.
is really important because it's really the most researched as far as
Yeah.
a cream that you
100%.
put on your face.
Yep.
So it's helping with cell turnover. It's helping to build collagen. So it's miraculous. It also high dose it a prescription can also help with hormonal acne, which I never had
Yes.
acne problems in high school, like never until I was 47. It was disastrous. to me.
Totally normal. And it happens to so many people at the exact same time. And it's funny, I had that as item number 6. And the only reason it wasn't higher on my list is because I went through a period of 2 years of not using it at all. Because I just I had an incident with my skin and I stopped all the actives. And my skin survived without it. Now, I've gotten back on it now because I do know it works. It is the most researched topical thing out in the universe, right? So science don't lie.
And
I
there's so
would
much
say,
research behind it for years, like the 70s,
yeah,
I think, is how far it goes back.
100%. And I'd say that tretinoin isn't for everyone. And I think
No.
I've learned that, but the retinaldehydes, like there are some really good, stronger ones, and they go all the way down based on what your skin can tolerate. So I even said to the daughter, by the time she's 25, get something low in there that just
Yep.
because if you start younger, you won't need as much stuff when you get older.
Exactly.
My poor kids, I torment them with SPF and all that sort of stuff. You need a vitamin C. You
I
need a
love it.
vitamin
That's
C.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
My mom
good.
didn't do it. My mom didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know that.
No,
So,
my mom didn't know
okay.
either. I mean, she was, yeah.
No. Okay, so the next must-have, cannot live without on my list is LED light therapy. I'm obsessed. I am
Yep.
obsessed. So, I have
agree.
been using this now for years and years and years, and I do it 5 or 6 days a week. There's always a day or two I can't fit it in there. But for me, it's kind of a twofer because just this past year, I've started using it in conjunction with my Mesama serum. I never do it without because people may or may not know this. Well, first of all, LED light therapy is all about building collagen. I mean, that's what it's there to do. And it also helps with hyperpigmentation. And you and I talked about this in the summer. I can get melasma from the extreme heat and sun, and it takes care of it. It's always gone within a couple of months. And it's just so good for sore muscles. I mean, it's good for all sorts of things. But this particular serum also boosts the effectiveness of that. And LED light therapy can cause free radicals in a safe amount, but if you do it too much, you need something that's going to protect your skin. So I always use these two together every single day. I buy this in bulk, and my skin is protected, and it boosts the results of LED light therapy by like 30%, something astronomical. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
those
That's
are
the Maisama,
not
the green tea.
the Mesama green rooibos pressed serum.
Yes.
And I am
too.
just,
Try that.
I buy this like 3 at a time, and It's always here. And she's gone through periods of it's been sold out, and I get a little panicky, and
Yeah, I
I'm
was gonna
texting her
say
going,
she
when's
has, and
when's the
it's I
shipment
gotta
coming
get it.
in?
I
And
know.
I've actually become friends with Bev, and she's the founder, and it's just such a great product. And so for me, that's probably my number one modality. That's the one
Yeah,
that I do every single day. So that's my
and
number
that's what
three.
I
What's
have.
yours?
That
Ah,
was on my list was the LED light therapy. Like I've
pretty.
anyone they also ask me like what is the if you could just pick one device,
The
that's
burning
it.
house.
It's most
Yeah.
researched. It's but
Yep.
when you're talking about devices, it's the most researched device as well as far as where light therapy goes, and you know what it does for the skin. It builds, like you said, collagen. It also increases ATP, so
Yep.
it gets to the mitochondria and starts activating
Boosting the
that,
energy. Yep.
boosting the energy, which
Hmm.
of course again we it starts declining as and it doesn't work as efficiently as we age, so this gets all that working properly again, so I love that. So yes, and I've been experimenting with panels and I'm
That's my next.
obsessed.
I think I need a panel. I don't have a panel. I
I'm
need a panel.
obsessed. Now I've got a mask, a current body. I love it, and I think it's
Me
great if you
too.
want to just like relax,
Lie
lay
down.
down,
Yep.
and just chill. And it's great to travel with too if you want to take a
I do.
device. But I've also used the Huga LED light panel. They're pro. It sits on the desktop. It's actually big and bulky, but I always have it here in my beauty room, and you don't need to use it very long, and it just gets like everything.
And
So
you
it's
can get
going to do this whole
everything.
face. It gets the neck. It gets the
Yeah.
décolleté. So it's all right there.
It's
Less
doing the
time,
job.
which I like to. So it does the job, and I love it.
And you could use that
I'm
on different
obsessed.
parts of your body if you have soreness, because it's really for muscle recovery as
Yes,
well. So if you have sore muscles,
yes.
you could use it on your legs and all that.
And my husband has been using this particular one on his back because he has back issues, and he
Yep.
used the near infrared on the back, and it has been helping. It's not totally gone yet, but he's definitely been using that for probably about a month now, I'd say, and he's been doing it
That's
about five
great.
times a week. And then I also got because I've got some hip pain that I've been dealing with. A surgery,
Oh
I
no.
had surgery and all of
Oh,
that, but and it's
oh
just
dear.
never gotten back to where it you know. So I actually now have a wand because that for me I think would be a lot
Oh,
easier. So I
very
bought the
good.
I bought an
That's
LED
great.
wand that I've been experiencing, so I could just like lay
That's
in bed and
great.
be like,
Yeah,
and
that's brilliant.
flip through YouTube because I didn't want to stand in front of a big,
A
because that's
panel.
you got to think about all those things too. So I've been dealing with that.
True.
So I just started that. I'll keep you updated on that. But I
Oh yeah, I'd love
love
to hear about it.
LED.
Yeah.
I think that we should get rid of tanning beds and put in red light therapy beds. Like that's what we
100%.
need to have, and I think maybe
100%.
you will see that eventually in the future because I've already seen some LED light therapy beds that you can go to.
Oh,
I
I'd love
think
to
that's
have one
going
of
to be
those
the
in my
big
house.
thing.
Oh, that would be amazing. That
Yes,
would be amazing,
yes,
wouldn't it? Because I do
yeah.
know that the Navy SEALs, and I think in the 80s were
Hmm.
using this for muscle recovery and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, this is
Hmm.
more than just beauty. I mean,
Yeah,
it's so good for the body. Okay, we're on number
yeah.
four. Now I know you've tried this in the past. My Aura Lift.
Oh, yes,
I love this
yes.
thing. I
Mm,
absolutely love it. Now, people who have come to my channel will know about it. I am obsessed with it. And this is a mouth guard, but it's a
mhm.
facial, they call it a facial rejuvenation device. And essentially, by controlling your bite, the way that your teeth interact, it's having an impact and helping to shift your face. Because as we
Yes.
age, everything goes down. Our bones, our muscles, everything
Hmm.
moves. So this is helping to kind of reshift. And I know that you've done it. And when I looked at
I
my
love it. I'm
results,
obsessed with it.
I'm obsessed with it. And I found that my
Hmm.
cheekbones were rising. Like you can
Yes.
actually see it. And like my nose got smaller. It's so bizarre. There are all of these
It
little
is
tiny shifts.
it works through adaptation. I absolutely love that, and it works at a different level than any other beauty device on the market. So, like you said, it's kind of like the structure of your face is like moving and going back to where it should be, and it's just amazing. It can also help with posture. I'm
It's
blown away
bizarre.
by what that can do.
And I'm blown away by it too. And I still almost can't believe it. So it's one of these things now where I'm in maintenance, and you're 4 months off and 2 months on, and you just
Me
think
too.
all you're doing is controlling your jaw and like how things fit together, and it's doing all of this stuff. It's all connected, and you don't realize how connected it is. So this is my must-have. I mean, I can just see myself using this forever. It's one of those things like LED.
Yeah.
Like I don't see an end date. It's not like You're just in maintenance mode, and I can't imagine not using it. I just can't.
Yeah,
So,
no, I'm the same way, and that is actually on my list as well. That was actually a number 6 one,
no,
but
okay.
it was really like
It's hard
it's that one was just yeah, like I love that, and I think that again, like I think that everyone should do that
to
because it
try it.
works at such a different level. Just to try it, like get on LED light therapy, do an aura lift if you can. Start at like 35, 34 if you're starting to see stuff. SPF, like I think you'd be golden if
You,
you
they
know
would age better than we did. Like we're having to
they would
correct. We're doing
definitely age
corrective
better.
work, and you wouldn't have to do that corrective work. Yep.
Yes,
If only. So
yes,
we're out there telling y'all, if you're young and watching,
yes,
do these
yes,
things now. Oh, very
yes.
good. Okay, now we're on to the last one. And I went back and forth between two things. I'm still going to want to mention the thing that's off the list. I realized
Okay.
I didn't really have any products on this list, as in
Mm-hmm.
topical. Now, retinoids were on yours. Retinoids were my number 6. Um, but I realized I have one skincare, aside from the Mesama, but I put that in the camp of the LED. That to me is one technology. There's only one product that I love so much that I can barely afford to love, that does something to my skin that makes it look like no other product does. And that's my Augustina's Butter, the Rich Cream.
Really,
Yeah. It is my
really.
holy grail. I can't afford to I can't bathe in it like I'd like to. I usually buy it a few times a year. I'd love to use it every day if I could. I'd love to use it twice a day, but can't. It's really expensive.
Right.
It's $250, so it's not
Yep.
affordable. And I tend to buy it. One of these will last me about 3 months, and I tend to buy it maybe twice a year, maybe 3 times. And I squirrel away money and a little fun just for Augustina's Butter, because it really has an incredible impact on the glow of my skin. I just
Mm.
look healthy. I don't wear makeup as much.
Mm.
This just does amazing things for my skin. That's all I can say. It's the only product, and I have so many, and you do too. And there are things that I love,
Oh
but
yeah,
there's nothing I love
yeah,
as much as this. So Augustina's
yeah.
Butter,
I'm
the
gonna
Rich
have to
Cream.
write that down.
It is
Rich
the
cream.
thick one. They have one called the Cream that it's lighter. Didn't like that at all. Like just didn't
Okay.
even remotely like it. And maybe if you have oily skin, but for me it just wasn't enough. This is a product that they say it's stem cell technology. He's a stem cell
Mm.
researcher, Augustina's Butter. He's been doing it for years. This has won so many awards, I can't even tell you. And it is worth every freaking penny. I just wish I was rich and could bathe in
Okay.
it. That's the
Yeah.
one
Right.
product, one skincare product on my list. What you got?
Wonderful.
What's your
I'm gonna
next
have to
one?
write that one down and try it out. It's so funny because I always get their little like I see their advertisements. I'm like, but I don't hear a lot of
Oh,
people using it. So I'm like, well, what's I don't know. So
it's
now you are.
expensive.
That's so
It's
funny. Yeah,
expensive.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
it's funny. I'm in an ad of theirs. I done a video about this just because I wanted to test it because it was so expensive. Going, can it really be worth that? My honey, it was on my Christmas wish list, and Gary bought it for me for Christmas. Like I never would have spent my money on it, and he bought it for me, and it was like,
Right.
oh. So I ended up doing a video on it and saying, is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. And they contacted me 2 years later and said, do you mind if we use that in an ad? We'll send you some free product. I'm like, I'm not offering money. I didn't need money. All I wanted was the product.
Right,
And
right.
it is just so incredibly good. They have a lot of products I can't afford. They have I don't even think it's a retinaldehyde. It's a retinol, but they went into hair care and body care. I can't afford any of it, but I will scrape and squirrel away my pennies to get the Rich Cream. Just saying.
Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh, I'm putting that on my
Okay.
list. I'm gonna have to try
Okay.
that. And you use it
Okay.
in the evening.
I
Okay.
try to use it at least once a day somewhere, even when I'm
Yeah.
testing things. It's that one thing I like to have as a constant, but it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. What's up for you? What's next? What's number
Okay,
5?
so the last one, yeah, the last one that I have is actually fascia release.
Yeah.
That is
Funny you
something
say
that I've
that.
been really diving deep in within the last probably month or two, and I just think
Saw
it's
that.
so important for overall skin rejuvenation and health of the skin.
I'm learning
So
that
you've
too.
got
Yep.
that fascia layer right underneath the skin that's like a spider web, and due to tension throughout the day, it gets like
Tight.
like crinkled and tight, and yeah, so releasing that can just really kind of release that tension of the skin, and I just noticed a huge difference.
Another
Yeah,
thing that I've
what?
heard is that by doing fascia before other modalities, it
Hmm.
actually increases their efficiencies and effectiveness.
Yes,
So
I
by
like to do it before microcurrent.
and radio frequency and all those things are because it's sort of loosening everything up. And so yeah, okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And it also, I like just to do it in the morning really quickly. I don't have a lot of time in the morning. I mean, you get up so early. I get up at like 4:30, but before work, and just a little bit to get the blood flowing. And I just notice, I don't know what it is, but in the morning, it's just I'm a morning person, but 4:30 is just like, to me, that's still the evening time. And
I can't believe you wake up at 4:30
when
in the morning.
I get up, it's like my eyes are puffy. It doesn't matter. On the weekends when I get up at 7, they're not. But like 4:30, my eyes are like, yeah, I don't think so. This is not cool. So
It's an
just
ungodly hour
doing
anyway.
that, yeah, and just releasing, getting those lymph nodes moving.
Yep.
So a gua sha tool, a roller. You can use your hands. You don't even need any of these, which I love.
Yep.
There's a woman who does, that's all she does. Her videos on it. I will link. I can't remember who it is. I'll put a little link, but and let you know. But she does. It's like 5-minute videos of just fascia release and massage of the face, and that's what she does. And she uses her hands. She never uses any devices, and so you don't need a device. So, but I do think it's just great for overall good skin health.
You're dead right. You're dead right.
I want to just make very clear, because there's a lot of Instagram posts that show like, fascial release is going to, be miraculous and tighten your skin and do all of these things. And that's not what this is. Like, you're not going to tighten it. This is not Botox. Like, no. It's going to help with long-term skin health, which eventually can kind of help relax, some of those fine lines and wrinkles. That's what.
Yeah, and it also helps with circulation and getting the blood flowing,
which
and
is
those
so
sort of
important.
things, and lymphatic drainage, as you said. And so, yeah, that's doing wonderful things. No, it's not going to get rid of your wrinkles, maybe sculpt a little bit if you're lucky. That's what I'm working on. But that's a really good point, because that has so many benefits to the skin, and it feels good. There's the other side of that. It's relaxing, and it feels lovely.
It's relaxing.
Yeah. No, you're dead right.
Release tension.
These were so good. These were some goodies.
Yes.
We could keep going.
Fun.
We could have said 10, but
I know.
we'd be here all day.
Yeah.
So we figured, okay, we're going to wrap this up to be kind to our viewers. You and I could keep going, and often do.
Well, yeah.
So we do, don't we? Yeah. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today on my channel, and hopefully introducing you to a lot of new people. So guys, you have to go check out her channel, Aging Naturally with Jodylynn. I will put her contact details down below as well. Her videos are great. I watch them all. We watch each other's videos, and it's really funny, and then we get on and start talking, because all of a sudden you're talking to people that you're watching their videos. It's very odd, but we've had a great time. So thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to doing more, because this is great fun, and it was a blast, and we'll do it again soon, please.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Okay, great.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, all right, we'll see you soon.
Okay, that was fun. Oh, did you left? Okay, she left. Okay.